Oh! Alright, sorry. I like that bit. Hello, how are you? And Rob was first today. Excellent work. You've been a very busy boy and you've come away with the crown. Thank you very much. It was a little present for celebrating watching Stranger Things. Sam got me. So yeah, I thought, what shall I wear tonight? And the Hellfire Club is in session. Oh, that's some good shit. Right, yes. So, rushing around like a busy little bee, as I often am. We've got a second Kratos to be doing today, and I've just got to sort out the camera because I just realised that I haven't positioned that one, because otherwise you're going to see big face me all the time, which is not exactly what you all come here for. It's not what I come here for, to see me looking at me. Oh my god, it is disgusting. So just swapping out the old airbrush. Right, camera grippy grabby thingy. Time to fly. Fly. And there we are. So, yes, fun position. So, can't quite get that all in screen. It won't stay in position. Right, yes, so another Kratos. I had a little bit of a accident where I was building this. When I was actually sticking this part into position, I had left the lid on. So all this was actually glued, and I went to lift this up to pop these out to spray them and all that, and found that it was still attached, and it would have devastated it all. So this one is just going to have the set loadout of this one with the Kratos cannon, auto cannons anyway, because it doesn't have any other option for the coaxial weapon. So whereas the other one I can alternate, this one will be solely battle cannon. Yeah, so what are you two doing anyway? What you got for tonight, for this evening's Whooper Shaker time? So, these still come out, so pop them out. Right. So yeah, gap filling the Ordinatus, then continuing with the Build the Force. Excellent. More of your little Ursarax dudes. Or are you back onto infantry? Glorious. Building some new Warcry bits, excellent. Completed your termite just completed a destroyer squad, just waiting on transfers. The need to build a support squad. So that's the thing. I actually started building a second infantry squad. So I got through 6 dudes. So that's something at least. Because obviously you need a minimum of 2 troops and 1 HQ. So technically, because I'm thinking about the console dude I did, I'm not too sure on. I might just have him as a sergeant. And the Praetor Saboteur, I've had second thoughts because he looks a bit too, like, there's been a few comments obviously here and elsewhere that he's very blingy for like what you would assume to be like a saboteur. So I'm going to have him as a Legion champion. So that's the plan. Anyway. Let us begin. What's that? Almost got 60% through building Simon's Reaver Vulcan Mega Bowl. Cool. The Winter Simon, yeah. So yeah, I've never bothered with tech thralls. For one, it was quite big units and they're quite costly, like financially, to have a big unit of tech thralls. So I've never really been attracted to them in that respect. So yeah, it's I've always preferred Phalanx. I haven't got any Ursarax. Whether or not that will change when the new book comes out, who knows? But we will see. But then obviously with sort of my Mechanicus forces, I've based mine having Secretari amongst them. So I've got a large Secretari attachment. I think it's about 30 hoplites, and I think about 20 Pelstas, although I did do my own thing with some of the some of them, because I was using Cadian bodies and then spare Skitari parts to turn them into sort of radium carbine equipped tech for all type tech guard, I was calling them, to use as a sort of pseudo sort of Skitari. More bang for your buck, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that was that plan anyway. Yeah, as I say, I haven't seen. I know there's apparently been leaks of the Mechanicum stuff. I've not seen anything, so I don't know what is going on with them now. But as I say, it's only next month. I'm busy enough as it is with other projects, so it's not something I'm worrying about. And obviously with my already large Mechanicum force, I've got loads there. It was mostly, as I say, Phalanx. I had about 18 Phalanx, so I could have 2 squads of 9. Mousebait is in the house. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, well, you're like me in that respect, aren't you, Mouse? You know, it's a lot of work that people put in there, and you don't win a prize for leaking this stuff. You know, you don't get, oh yeah, here's a reward. You don't get great kudos, because nowadays you keep quiet, because wherever you got the leaked stuff from, they can track down. Like I know that with the other stuff, the heresy stuff that was leaked, they tracked down who that was. I also know that a certain somebody met a certain somebody from who works at Forge World, who knew he was connected with the leaks, and met them yesterday at Warhammer World, and yeah, he weren't exactly sort of making eye contact. Hey there, Judge. Not first, but hobbying very strongly. Good. That's what we like to see. Leaks equals celery. Well, I don't know. When you're over here, Mouse, you'll have to have some of the stuff over here, like food wise, because there are some nice. Like, I don't like celery. Celery is not my favourite thing, but leeks can actually be surprisingly quite nice. Especially, it depends on, you don't like just have them there, but obviously the way what they're served with, there's like, you know, a bit of leek in there. It's quite nice. Like even like leek and potato soup, like a nicely made one is surprisingly nice. Because I was like, I weren't keen on leeks. I think there was like spring onions as well. I weren't very sort of healthy as a kid. You know, we couldn't afford fresh vegetables and stuff like that. But it was actually my stepmom, because she was a vegetarian, but she used to, my dad wasn't. So she would make sort of really nice sort of Sunday roasts and like she'd be having those vegetarian options, and we'd be having like, you know, roast chicken, roast potatoes, and garden peas. Because all I had before that was like tinned peas, like marifat peas, which are like, I hated. I really couldn't stomach them. But garden peas, because I used to call them plastic peas, because they look like little shriveled up bits of plastic. and I was served them. And I tried them. I thought, they're not bad. So I can put that my vegetable eating down to my stepmom Claire. So yeah, that was evolution of the Lee. Yeah, I was able to eat stuff. See, celebrate. My hair is still wet from because I was rushing around getting food, getting ready, getting out. Luckily, I'd done some prep work at work today because it was quiet, and I got in early, so I quickly primed and base sprayed the Kratos, and yeah, that was mission accomplished. Nice. So what are you up to, Mouse and Judge? Oh, you're building and magnetising tons of weapons, aren't you? So what about you, Mouse? Ah, there is Fenry. Fenry has appeared in the skies above Midhome. Yeah, I hope. How are you, mate? Lovely to see you, dude. Sorry about last night. I was wankered. I just fell asleep watching watching the stream. So yeah, I weren't really. I literally got home yesterday. It'd been a long day. Got in, and me and the other half watched the last 4 episodes of Peacemaker, because we started it and been sidetracked and went back to it, and we basically got through them, and then I thought, oh what's that? Friday night. And then yeah, I got on there for I think I lasted about half an hour watching, and I was in bed. I was in the bunk and I just crashed. Been day drinking, just got in. Well done to you, sir. Nice for a day drink. I still had to have evening drinks. It's not like it was in lockdown, son. So this is the first phage, which is Griff Charger Grey, which will be airbrushed onto this bad boy. Again, going attacking from above. And maybe aiming to be a little bit heavier towards the bottom, which I know will probably get a chuckle from a few people in the crowd. All your paint trays are gone AWOL. Oh, dude. Dear. We must find them. Yeah, it's I'll actually, what I'll do, because I did Crystal McDowell was she saw a picture of the tank and was like, have I got a tank in my kit? And it was people saying, oh, you've got a Spartan in there. Sorry, sending a picture to Andy Hoare. Name drop. But I said when I got into work, I'd do a comparison picture, So if I'll put that in general in the old doodah. I'll post that in there now once I find it. Oh, no, not that one. That one. So yeah, it's not, obviously the shape is slightly different compared to like a Land Raider. So this is actually compared to a Spartan. Hey, Malashade. Yeah, Amazon special. Funnily enough, where I got mine from, the main company, because the main company that does it, who got it via Amazon, are actually based about 2 miles from where I sit. I've actually, one of my older ones, I actually went out and picked it up from their factory warehouse sort of thing. But yeah, it does the job. I've got the condenser tank one now, because I had a couple of the other ones, and obviously, you know, after a while it gets a bit hard to airbrush. With that does help keep you going. What are you up to tonight, Hope? Lee, what are you doing, dudes? Yeekus snuck in there as well. Hope you're all okay and having a good Saturday wherever you may be hiding. Just wanted to have an ideal overall. I won't be getting any for a while. Got too much to do as it is. Paint my flaming melted predator and now finished the project. Nice. It works well. I can't see the point of spending lots on an airbrush other than because you want to. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like with the brushes themselves, yes, you can get some real top-notch ones, which are super duper. But again, with my actual airbrushes, because I'm only really using them for like base coating, I don't feel the need that I have to go for anything too heavy, like too detailed or anything like that. I've got some replacement bits with my last brush I ordered, so I've got like a 0.2 needle and thingy, so I can replace these to do smaller if I wanted to. But yeah, it's generally not necessary. Oh shite! I just put the wrong fucking thing in. As you can see, that is not Griff Charger. Damn it, Janet. poop on a stick. Yeah, cock up. And that's the thing with Achelian green. It's such a strong contrast paint. It's amazingly super duper in that respect. It's amazingly potent. Hey, Heed, welcome back in. Yeah, no worries, Fenris. We'll still be here. I'll see you in a schmo. What are you up to tonight, Heed? We Lego in it? We hobby in it? What are you doing? Totally worth not having to deal with acrylics. Yeah, I've got so many of them though, and yeah, kind of have to. All guts filled, excellent. I'm going to have to touch up all the eyes and heads on these guys. Really hard to add gold without minor issues. Yeah, it's paint tonight. Not an Araman for a change, but that's only the only spoiler. Ooh, secret squirrel, sir. Do use a lot more Griff Charger on this stage than you do with Achelian. Actually, I nipped round to Rob and Crystal's to see Geordie after work. I had a quick hello. They were playing Exploding Kittens. So I started having a little chat and all that, and then I got roped into having a game of Exploding Kittens. And me and Geordie, well, basically I had to leave because we'd gone through the deck twice. Like the other two were already exploded, and we were gone round the deck 2 times, and we still weren't anywhere near deciding on a winner. So we called it a draw. But I can guess one thing about it, though, it will have purple on it. Yeah. Welcome back, Fenris. Relocated. And Cyprian, hello, dude. Welcome. What are you up to tonight, Cyprian? You'll be making 50 very jealous. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing that I was like, because I was at work when that was mentioned, and I was like, I was going to sort of comment that, to be fair, like he's sort of several hours away, whereas I'm 20 minutes. So nipping round there is not a problem. But then, obviously, if he did go round there, the music tastes, well, I don't know. There could be fights breaking out over YouTube. Zobo's track today, I was getting riled up with that one. I actually felt like table flipping. You know, this incoherent rage. Might be popping down to Wayland at some point because I need some more contrasts. Right now, playing Skyrim on my Steam Deck. Might build some more of my Age of Darkness box. Why not? Issue is waiting for my magnets for my Contempt. Yeah. Does take a little bit more longer nowadays to get anything in, doesn't it? Out of all the mods, he probably lives closest to me, and we're still talking hours away. You liked that one? Oh my god! Well, I have a very vast taste in music. I like all sorts of stuff, and I'm quite partial to like dance tracks and um, you know electronic sort of stuff. But that thing was just, oh god, that was doing my nothing. Coming in a week. Oh, yeah, that's a bit of a wait, mate, isn't it? Gone are the days when you could order things and get them within a reasonable amount of time. Unfortunately. Put it back in there, did. What's it for? Who was it? I'm trying to think. On the Wednesday. By the way, what you done? Anyone here know what bolters would work well for Mark 6 bolt pistols? Well, I'm kind of hoping that they do actually do some sort of an assault variant for Mark 6 because it makes sense to. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be having an assault variant. It'll be rude not to. Oh, yeah, Fenris, that is looking nice. A similar sort of colour. Yeah, I'm using the Achillean. Yeah. Yeah, so I went over the lead belcher. I went over with metal colour aluminium first, and then I used a Griff charger, and now I'm about to do the Achillean, which I sort of bypassed earlier on. Unhinged myself. Yeah, I'm not sure if Ivy will be on today because she's still suffering from COVID. So she's a bit rough, bless her. So not a lot you can do when you've got that blurriness because I think she only lasted like an hour and a half, I think, the other night. And she's I know she's missing a hobby. She loves that hobby. Yeah, I'll say I think obviously because the way they have to be nowadays, they are spreading things. No, not that's the wrong one. Booba shaker. Yeah, sorry. I'm sure they will bring out something in that regards. Because you kind of have to, really. All the other ones had assault variants. Stop with the moving. Yeah, so what I was saying about the other night, I'm trying to think who it was who mentioned terminal list. Was that you, Judge? Mentioned about terminal list? I started watching that. That was actually quite enjoyable. Although it does remind me a little bit of a Michael B. Jordan movie he did, which got a similar sort of premise. Ah, shit. Hello, dear Schulberts. Greetings. What are you doing? Are you hobbying tonight? Mm. No worries, dude. Thank you very much. And anyone is welcome to join us here on the live streams. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment, just try and get some more content for Twitter and everywhere else. So what sort of armies do you normally do when you get to hobbying? Or you just collect? Do you paint? Do you game? Obviously you game, but do you game? So this is I have a rather large collection of Space Marines with odd Necron, Eldar and Tau tanks, as well as Custodes tinkering with a second Legion project. Ah, so what was the first Legion project you did? I was thinking about watching the 1970s Waterloo later on, a drunken ceremony. Yeah, they did like their booze. It was actually Fenry. The something I was watching. We was actually talking about that Waterloo on Wednesday when I do Artist Empire's stream, because he has just started watching Sharp. He's just got up to the Obadiah episodes, and he was asking about if there was any other movies or series that was set in the same sort of time. And obviously I mentioned Waterloo. Master and Commander was the first thing that came out my head, because that is just a beautiful movie and quite on the money when it comes to actually what happens at sea on a ship of the line. Yeah. Oh, right. One of the missing ones. Now, the reason why I'm spraying it like that is because this is actually all glued in place, because I cocked up, because I'd inadvertently glued the back, this round here, by mistake. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, I want to watch some more Dan Snow stuff, because obviously he's quite the historian. But I listen to a fair few podcasts now, which ones I'm actually listening to the most, apart from my friends Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever takes their fancy one, is Al Murray and James Holland. We Have Ways of Making You Talk, which is detailing like everything about the Second World War, which has been really fascinating, and so much stuff I've learned from that. But I got onto that from watching a different podcast, which has James Holland's brother, Dominic, hosting, co-hosting, and they had Al Murray on there as a guest, and obviously mentioned that he did a podcast as well. So I thought I'd give it a try, and I've been there ever since, really. But I'm gonna have to look it up now. What their one was called, because it's completely evading my mind. That's odd. No thanks. That is now bugging the crap out of me. I'll find out, and I'll message you on that, because they again cover all sorts of stuff, and they've done quite a few film episodes about ye old days, or like the 30-year war they've got into on the odd occasion. Because the one that sort of got me into that, I actually found them on a sort of, well, I think I'm up on my newsfeed on Facebook, and I just watched, I think Black Sails or something, or I was doing a rewatch of Black Sails, and it was a episode about the East India Company, and oh my god, that was just crazy. How like the formation of it, how it was run, and obviously where they went on to do. Because obviously that was like the foremost. It was basically what the East India Company is the precursor to all sort of super mega companies sort of thing. You know, they've all originated from how they did things in a way. Whew. Right. Tasting Histories by Max Miller is a good YouTube series. Guy cooks a variety of historical recipes, and while he cooks, it gives you some nice background on the said dish and its associated history. Yeah, because you can get a lot out of food as well. The rest is history. There you go. That was what the show's called. The rest is history. There've been some really fascinating shows like across the board on history. So as a history fan, it's definitely worth doing that because they cover such a wide range. Like each episode's about an hour, focusing on said historical events or whatever. But obviously, if you're into like Second World War stuff, you know, then yeah, We Have Ways is really quite good. They actually had, well, I'm on to about episode 300 and bloody blah. And what they introduced was family stories, where people could actually submit stories about their families, what they got up to during World War II, sort of thing. And there's some really, crazy ass stuff that people's families got, or members got up to and into during the Second World War. Or they have some interesting guests on there, or interviews with people that are still alive. That were, did crazy shit during World War II. But it's so in depth, and it's really, definitely worth it if you're into history and listening to stuff, because I've learned so much more about what went on in those days. Because everyone just knows, oh yeah, World War II, they're going to Poland, going to France, Dunkirk. Then sometimes people go, oh, there was Stalingrad. Mention Kursk, then obviously Market Garden and Normandy, and then it switches over to Japan, Bim Newt, because that's basically it. You know, it's all these other things that have happened that nobody really pays much attention to or realise. So yeah, definitely worth checking them out. You? We have some dodgy sounding guys out the back there. The usual weekend meet and greets with people. Alright. Right up to out there actually. Right. Bit of a shaker. Second beer. Yeah, no worries, Mouse. Thanks for hanging out, and love you too. Take it easy. Oh, Mouse, the epitome of defense against all bots. They never turn up when she's here. I'm sure she's gone there, and she's like, "Oh, Mouse is not there." Need to convert up a master of signals. What, using Mark 6? Because I'd use with the heavy weapons, you get the guy with the Auspex wristy thingy attached, so that would be quite a good addition to have. And then stick on the Nuncio Vox thing, and then get some interesting headset dudes. That would work. Yeah, Mark 6 and Mark 3, the Spartan sprue is a nice bit that might work. Well, you've got the Mark II dude on the thingy as well, haven't you? Just going over the tracks again, where I've obviously caught it with the airbrush with lead belcher. So they've kind of done, like, with the different various marks of armour, they've kind of done something with, like, you know, if you've got lighter, like scout armour, you get 8-inch move now in the new 2.0. 7 is standard, obviously. Tartarus can move 7, whereas Cataphracti moves 5 or 6. So, you know, it would be nice to have something like that with, because Mark III was iron armor, which was built to be like heavy on the front to withstand being shot at. So, you know, if they've got, but at a penalty for not being as manoeuvrable as like Mark II or Mark IV sort of thing, or 6, I suppose. You know, it would be nice if the armour's sets did have a difference to what you'd get for your force. You know, so like you might have got, let's say, they might be slower moving, but they might have got sort of either a better saving throw. Well, not obviously Terminator wise, but or like, you know, where they had the hardened rule that the strength of a weapon, or void hardened, that was it, void hardened armour. You to get like reduction on the damage of something that was shooting at them. That would have been interesting. Personally, I'm okay with there being no difference between stuff. Means that if you want to do them themed lists for something, you're not at any disadvantage. Plus, Mark III was not as heavy on the back, so they would be vulnerable from behind. Guess that's why Ran had his shield strapped to his power pack. Yeah. I fear that different marks gave different stats. After a while, you'd only ever see the best marks in the list. Yeah. But that's the same with everything, really, you know. But then aesthetically, some people prefer using like Mark II over anything else, and sod the stats. They want it to look good to how they, you know, envision. Yeah, so win at all cosplayers, maybe not, but but that needs to say, whatever people choose, somebody would moan about it. But that's, yeah, that's the thing though, isn't it, Cyprian? You know, it's I would always prefer going aesthetics over rules. You know, I wouldn't want to be investing lots of money into an army, and I didn't like the look of it just because it had better stats. You know, but you would get people that would, you know, do that. As I say, the amount of people that were like, oh, I've got Ultramarines, but I'm playing them with the. I'm just going back to 8th, I think they're playing it with Iron Hands rules because Iron Hands rules were really cool. You know, I am a stickler. You know, in a friendly game, yeah, if somebody wants to experiment, yeah, that's not a problem. I want to see how this plays out. But, you know, if you're not playing a friendly game as such, like if you're not so much tournament, but, you know, you're playing somebody as like a pickup game and someone goes, oh, I want to do this sort of thing. Or, I suppose, in a competition as well, you know, if you painted up your army as salamanders, they play them as salamanders. Yeah, rules are cool. It's always the way to go. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Making sure of the bits. That's what I was going to do. I also need to just check on how I painted the other one. Yes. Yes, it is November, second weekend in November. Ooh, missed a bit. I really should have brought the other tank in with me, really, so I can actually reference them better. Need a smaller barrage. Cool. Yeah, hopefully it's still going to be the biggest one yet with the Titan Walk. Right. Now it is time for some agrax. You heard me, people. It's going to be interesting with the Eldar Titans that are going to be there. Because obviously there's no... Well, they've been working on rules for... for using Eldari in AT. So that's going to be interesting, because normally you get more Imperial players than Chaos traitors. So it looks like they'll have some of the loyalists going up against the Eldari, and then yeah, and then Chaos versus traitors. Chaos versus traitors. Loyalists versus traitors on another map, I believe, is what is the plan. Do I pin wash? No. I paint the hell out of them, and then after decals, I will use an oil wash, oil weathering. I'm very basic with my painting. La-di-da-di-da. Need more regrets, need more regrets. Not sure if I'll take Eldar Titan and still not carried on with my Phantom. That's the thing though, is like how many are there still? Good evening. Don't forget the turret vent. No, I didn't. I may have to retire to the bunk. The beers are taking the toll. Oh, bless you. Well, thank you for hanging out with us anyway, Fenris. It's lovely to speak to you again. And good evening, Leaky Cheese. Welcome. I have not spent all today magnetising the Kratos turret weapons in a fancy manner. Are you sure? But did you watch any of those episodes of Piece of Cake that I sent you? That's the real question. The hard-hitting questions are asked here on this stream every week. Every week to the leak. Also, Leaky, don't forget, if you're going to put a hunter killer on, that's the prime position for it. Oof. Nobody told me there was going to be a test. What? What am I doing now? There's a test? Oh no. Yeah, the oops. Sounds like somebody got a bike for Christmas. Ow! Feck, that hurt. I was watching Atomic Shrimps living on £1 a day for food video. Wow, that is a test. Yes, no, that is that would be quite a challenge, I feel. Right. Welcome to the place you don't a long way from home. Booba Shaker. Is that so you can buy more toys? If I can survive on £7 a week for food, that means I can have so much more models. Educational saving ideas for getting more hobby in the life. Ha 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 ha. What's the pet cougar? Is that a cougar in the car? Yeah, probably don't know myself. I don't know how to answer that. What? I don't recall owning a cougar. Oh, yeah, it's been putting the work in today to get this. I cocked up. I've been doing a lot of cock ups on this one because I put a Kellyan green in when I should have been putting Griff Charger in, so I had to clean it all out again. And you know, with certain paints, like a Kellyan is quite a strong tone to get rid of. So it was a hard going. If I've completely bypassed what you were saying, I do apologise. So after your dalliances with saving money on £1 a day food survival, what are you doing now? Apart from interacting with us, what? Oh, yeah, commission work. Yeah, when I saw Ivy last, she was saying about certain commissions that you were trying to get done, and obviously the prices you were being quoted were like astronomical or just obscene. I think Leaky's getting everything painted. All the paint. Every commission artist in the world is working for Leaky. He's like some sort of Bond supervillain, employing all the commission painters to paint his armies for him. Whilst he sits there in a chair stroking a cat. You know what? I can see you actually doing that, Leaky. I can see you sitting there, spinning around in a chair. Blofeld Beaky, Leaky Beaky. Oh, you know, my iron hands and solar auxilia armies. Oh, steady on, Leaky. Calling office. I believe I found out what his real name was. Well, his real first name, anyway. Which I will not utter in case I summon him. Like Candyman. But you just say it once and he appears. Cyril. He knows. He knows the name. Oh, that's twice we've mentioned it. Don't say it a third time, for God's sakes. No, he has actually come onto one of these streams once before. Like when I first sort of started. He kind of behaved himself. Sorry for about the bumpy cam stuff. But obviously trying to get into these smaller edges is a pain in the ass. Going all grey nights there, aren't you? Indeed. Actually, funny enough, you know, Heed, the other day on the mod chat on Crystal's page, and we're doing the birthdays and stuff, because me and Heed share the same birthday, so it obviously makes Heed extra awesome, or me extra awesome. We don't know. You just can't pin it down. But at the meetup in June, the Lofty meetup, LoftCon or whatever you want to call it, at Warhammer World, my friend Richard turned up from the Titans Owners Club because he lives nearby, and he also shares our birthday. So it's just like, I only realised today that it was like, in that small area, there's 3 people with the same birthday. Booba shaker. Yeah. Oh, the bikes are back again. Oh, joy. I used to really enjoy that music, mainly because I think it was like the dancing woman, just like, woo. Do, 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 do. I was talking to a friend the other day who's been watching Murder, She Wrote, and that's another tune that just sort of sticks in your head. As soon as people just like mention, oh, Murder, She Wrote, you're instantly Jessica Fletcher's loose again. Maybe that's the next meetup criteria. Only people that have the same birthday. And still 50 will be upset that he's not invited. Oh, he's coming back again. Oh, joy. Chug-a-boom. La 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 la. Well, the young people today being murdered horribly. Hello, Squirtle. Geez, my mind is in all peculiar this evening. I blamed last week, which was a bit of a noodle breaker. Yeah, no, last week was obviously with the record heat that was melting everything. Yeah, it wasn't very good for mental faculties, really. Well, not for mine, at least, anyway. After 10 o'clock, and we've still got kids playing outside in the playground. How charming. Wish me luck for Monday. Hopefully it won't be a disaster. Well, fingers crossed that we all survive. So we've got, because obviously I've got my kids are, well, my boy's been finished college since June, which was great. So all my days off were gone because somebody's got to look after him. And then my daughter finished her school year on Wednesday. So double trouble. To be honest, they are actually quite good kids for the most part. Same can be said for most people, but no, they are actually really good kids. Apart from Thomas, because he can be a bit, obviously when he gets quite stressed, then yeah, he can have his moments, bless him. He's got a lot going on with him, but so that's Sponging Dungeon. Oh, reference picture. Now I saw actually a post earlier on about, because you got the Warhammer event of Horus Heresy event of the 2.0 variety going on, and someone was reporting that they've got 17 out of the 18 legions represented, which was like pretty impressive, to be fair. Everyone barring salamanders. So going for some cola bottles. A key and a crock. Booba shaker. So, shock absorbers. Was quite straightforward part here. For a second there, I thought I could hear the music from 28 Days Later starting up. And my immediate fear was that there were zombies coming. You know, these sort of things happen by association. We've got some sort of flying thing in the office. Good. Do the cables on this thing. Neighbour is watering the garden. So, Leaky, have you spoken to Ivy recently? No, she's not, unfortunately. I spoke to her this morning. Well, by message. Because obviously being a bit rough, you don't want to make him talk. Yeah, bless her. Come on. Oh, no! Flash emerald. That's all right. That is. Let's get. Oh. So that's how it's looking so far. It's all right. So the basics pretty much done for it. So like the weapons need to get going over with the sepia that I normally put onto the weapons, but yeah. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So I'm gonna finish up there. Simply, there's my phone. Ooh. Simply because I've got early start tomorrow with work. I have to. Oh. I've got to get up early because I've got to do an estimate for a 4-bedroom house in a place called Much Haddam. So yeah, I've got to get there, do that, and then get into work for 10. So I'm leaving probably around about 7:30 to get there for about 8:30. It gives me at least 40 minutes to measure up everything and then get back to work for 10. So yeah, so that's my second Kratos underway. I would probably put this at about 65%, because then it's all the little bits and pieces, obviously varnishing, detailing, and that to get it up to about 90 odd. And then it'll be the oil weathering, which I will do at a later date, of course. But yeah, thank you for coming and hanging out again. It's always lovely to have anybody, whoever you are, wherever you're hiding. But yes, I'll leave it at that. Wednesday night stream, as per normal, 8:30. Obviously, before that, it will be with Artist Empire, with his paintovers. Who knows what's going to happen there? Mostly me sitting there chatting with him about things that we like watching TV on, or models, whatever comes first, really. But yeah, so apart from that, I'll be back on the live stream from about 8:30 onwards on Wednesday, probably building Space Marines, I think. Or I'll see if there's a few things I do need to actually get done. I've got a building commission for some Imperial Knights for AT. So I've started on them, but should probably just knock them out, get them out, because otherwise, yeah, people get upset. Yeah, he did say there was no rush, but yeah, he has messaged me recently asking. So I better get on with them. But yeah, so thank you again for coming to hang out with us, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, whatever you're doing. If I see you on social medias or Discords or whatever, say hi. And yeah, hopefully you take care of yourself. If you haven't liked and subscribed and all that already, please do. But yeah, until then, I shall say adios muchachos. Love you all, and I hope you're all cool and groovy until we meet again. Don't know where, don't know when. Peace out.